Hello! Hopefully this video won't be too late after the last one. Hopefully this one will actually have pictures this time. So, since last time I talked about Arkham Asylum, this time I'll talk about Arkham City, its sequel. Here's the box. As you can see, I have the Wii U version. The Armoured Edition because it comes with all the DLC. And let's talk about it. The gameplay is pretty similar to the original with some changes because of the Wii U. And there are some new gadgets as well. I can't remember all of them, but oh well. As well as my least favourite item in existence, the remote control Batarang. God, I hate that thing. At least in the previous game it was optional. And of course the Armoured Edition also comes with Batman having a different outfit with a sort of touch screen on his shoulder to sort of incorporate the Wii U thing, which is quite nice to see, especially since he's finally gets away from the overpants. Seriously, I know they're iconic look, but they look stupid. Also, Catwoman gets a new, who is also playable in this game, gets a new outfit for this version of the game as well, which is less cleavage exposing, although it does make the metal bits that are silvery do make her look like the outfits from the end of Batman and Robin. And if you're wondering, no, I don't hate that movie as much as other people do. The Wii U gamepad has a few new additions into it, but most such as viewing the maps and some of the side quests. I'll get into that later. And of course you can also use it to solve puzzles like hacking mini games and using it to help in detective missions, which I think is quite unique. Now, the Arkham City itself is big, but not too big to get lost, and you basically can figure out all the sites for yourself. Unfortunately, most of the enemies aren't that hard to deal with, with the exception of the fucking snipers that get a bit absurd in later points of the game. And now I will talk about the story. Spoilers. If you don't want to hear about the plot of the game and the way it ends, you can leave now. Or not, it's up to you. So anyway, after the events of Arkham Asylum, Joker has now come back, except now he's apparently suffering the side effects of the Titan formula since he didn't get the antidote. So now he's deathly ill. Meanwhile, a bit of Gotham has been converted by the infamous Batman villain Hugo Strange. Good old, your resident mad scientist / obsessed with Batman. Identity. Bruce Wayne gets chucked in there for opposing Hugo Strange's plan for Arkham City, and now he's trying to figure out what Hugo Strange is up to, but also ends up getting injected with Joker's poisoned blood, as well as several other people that have been infected throughout the city, and he's got to help find a cure. I think this is quite interesting thing, and it allows you to bump into loads of villains, like Penguin, who is a Cockney now, Two-Face, who you only really bumping, who seems to have a vendetta with Catwoman. Poison Ivy that briefly appears. Pepsi in a Coke glass. I don't care. And of course many other villains that in side quests. But the problem I have with the side quests is that while some are easy to find, others are not. Seriously, I only did one of the side quests involving Hutch and his stealing identities, but I couldn't find the rest. And I only really bumped into Azrael once at the end of the game, near the end of the game. So yeah. So the plot, continuing the plot, you find loads of reoccurring villains and even villains in the side quests like Deadshot and recurring ones like Bane. Heck, you even get to see into Scarecrow's secret barge of creepy stuff, jump scares, and his hood nearby on top of a bridge. And basically your quest is to find a cure. All those. So Batman goes to the Joker, gets infected, goes to Mr. Freeze, who apparently was working on a cure, only that Mr. Freeze is been taken by Penguin, so you go to fight Penguin, free Mr. Freeze. Then you realise that Mr. Freeze says that the formula only lasts for a short amount of time, so you need to think something to give it longevity that has been exposed to human DNA for long. So of course, then you have to enter this strange old bit of Gotham that looks like something Walt Disney would dream up with. And then of course you go to find Talia Ghul and Ra's al Ghul. Okay, I have to stop here because one thing that annoys me is interpretations of Ra's al Ghul and Talia. Saying Talia's a merciless killer who's deceptive and evil, which in the original Batman animated series, which is sort of the first recollection of where she came from that I can find, she sort of was, but she was evidently a good person at the end that just cared for her father and believed in his goals but not his means. Ra's al Ghul, basically in this game and almost everything after Batman Begins, his goal is to destroy all criminals, which was not his goal in the animated series where, for what I can tell, he first appeared. In that series, his goal was a lot more understandable. He liked the environment and cared for it so that and believed that he should take charge of the world, not so the world could serve him, but so the world could serve the planet that it's slowly destroying. The humanity can serve the planet that it's slowly destroying, which is an admirable goal if a bit misguided, which is why these sort of interpretations of Ra's al Ghul sort of annoy me, because that wasn't really his thing. So anyway, you get Ra's al Ghul's blood, go to Mr. Freeze, who attacks you for no bloody reason. Only the cure's been nicked by the Joker, except now the Joker looks fine instead of being poisoned like he was. So then Protocol 10 happens, where, well, basically the whole of the Tiger Guards who work for Hugo Strange are given the orders to kill every criminal in there. So then you sort of head up the tower face Hugo Strange, who turns out to be working with Ra's al Ghul. Both of them end up dying. Then you go to see the Joker to save Talia, who promised the Joker eternal life through the Lazarus pit, but he sort of betrayed her. Except it turns out that the Joker is still really sick, and who you thought was the Joker that was cured turns out to be Clayface, who is the final boss. Okay, unless you count the Catwoman bit after the credits, which is basically where Two-Face is the final boss, but then that fight was kind of shit. For Clayface as the final boss, a bit unusual, but pretty good. And of course there's a DLC, and after Clayface, good old Joker tries to stab you in the back, causing Batman to drop the cure and Joker to die. Which is strange that Batman actually admitted that he would have saved the Joker if he had the chance. So of course, Le Pieta style scene at the end. Catwoman does a thing. Then the end. Except not, because there's a DLC where Harley Quinn basically gets a bit pissy about the Joker being dead. And not much really happens. The characters I feel were portrayed really good, especially Mark Hamill. That magnificent, perfect personification to the Joker, which shows how the Joker should be, and not that stupid mess from the Dark Knight movies. I'm sorry, but I cannot stand Heath Ledger's Joker. It's just not Joker enough. And the music is pretty good. It conveys the atmosphere well, and music? Did you say music? 'Cause you know how I love music. For I am the music meister, as you recall. Oh no, it's you again. Listen, what do you want, music meister? Well, I thought I could review the music, the sweet music, and entertain you with some of my talented singing. Oh. I'm sick of your shit. Oh, there once was a... Oh, my... What's it? Thank goodness it's gone. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you found it entertaining. I hope that this will be a higher quality than the other ones. And now I have to drag an unconscious music meister out. Cheery bye.